Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kai Vuotari. I'm the co-location center manager at EIT ICT Labs Helsinki. Welcome to our almost regular lunch talk series. Nice to have all of you here. I hope everyone has had time to take a sandwich and something to drink. I have the pleasure to welcome today one of the startups, or the CEO of one of the startups working here at our CLC. He is a perfect example of a person that we want to see in this space. So, an Aalto graduate, entrepreneur-minded person who has created his own company and taken it to a next level. And so I would like to welcome Lauri Sippola from Netmedi. Please, Lauri, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Kai. Okay, so my name is Lauri Sippola and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Netmedi. Thank you very much for having me here. It's a great honor to be able to tell about Netmedi to you all. At Netmedi, we aspire to improve communication and information flow in healthcare. And our first product, Kaiku, is designed to support cancer care. Kaiku enables patients to stay up to date to their care progression and have a secure connection to their medical staff. And on the other hand, for the medical staff, Kaiku enables to have real-time feedback of the effect of the treatment. Actually, inspired by the EIT ECT labs, my topic today is what can happen when students and startups and business and university meet. And I think that is what is happening here at the EIT ICT labs. And I will do this by telling the story of Netmedi. And first I will start by telling how it all started. How did a couple of students from Aalto University end up in developing a solution with some of the Europe's leading cancer clinics. I will tell you what kind of results we have achieved so far, and then I will tell you a bit of our things of the future and next steps for Netmedi. So, actually, our story started at Aalto University at a course led by Professor Peter Kelly. He is the professor of high-growth entrepreneurship, and me and our co-founder Joel were participated at one of his courses, and there we started to study healthcare IT, and we pretty fast we noticed that the healthcare in Western countries is pretty much in going to a crisis, because the pressure on healthcare because of the aging population will keep on growing, but we don't have enough people, enough medical staff to take care of all these aging people. And another thing what we realized during the course is that the technology is needed in healthcare to be able to take care of this aging population, but all the IT in healthcare pretty much sucked. Or that is what we heard when we started to do interviews with people working in healthcare, and pretty much always we heard that this IT solution sucks, this IT solution sucks. Pretty much we noticed that everything in healthcare IT more or less is not working too well. And also a personal background for me, half of my family is doctors, half of my family are engineers. So for me it was kind of I was amazed to see how can this be possible, that why there are no better solutions, why the solutions are not made together with the medical staff who are really, together with the patients who are really needing these solutions. And from this, me and Joel decided that what if we take some of the most talented students from Aalto University, and what would happen if we go there to the field to talk to the doctors and patients, and what if we develop a better solution for communication between doctors and patients. And that was what we started. So we were very lucky to find some of the most talented software developers from Aalto University. There is Henry, a great UI developer. Otto, one of the most he is actually a PhD, very soon to be PhD from mathematics, but also a very hardcore backend developer. Then there is Kape, maybe one of the most talented UI designers I have and developers I have ever met, and Joel, of course, our CTO. So we really found thanks to Summer of Startups by Aalto Entrepreneurship Society, we really were able to find a team of some of the most talented students from Aalto University, and we started to work together. But of course, what we understood from the very beginning is that a team of software developers, we don't know how the actual healthcare processes work. We don't know the world at all. That is not our speciality. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to start to talk to all the clinics, first in Helsinki and now also in the whole Finland and also in other countries. We started to talk to the people and interview them how we should develop the information flow in healthcare. And actually it all came together then when we meet at Cancer Center Doctor Test, when we meet the Chief Clinical Director of the center, Timo Joensuu, who is one of the world's best, among one of the world's best oncologists and a really visionary, built his own totally own hospital, like thought all the things from the very beginning, how really patients should be treated. And when we talked to Dr. Joensuu, we really there the kind of it all came together. They had a huge need of developing the information flow and communication with their patients, and we had the perfect team to make it happen. What we realized when we started to analyze more closely how the information works, we realized that the information is very scattered. So there are patients, nurses, and doctors. They're communicating with different channels, with phone calls, emails, text messages, and actually the patients many times during this kind of very severe illness are in a great shock. There are a huge need for questions, but there are no secure way to connect to the medical staff. And on the other hand, the medical staff gets lots of questions and from different kinds of issues, and they are kind of their workflow during the day is kind of all the time scattered because of phone calls, because of emails, because of text messages, and we saw that we could by using the most modern web-based and mobile technologies, we can create a lot more simple, easy to use way to communicate with the patient, and also at the same time to get information of the effect of the treatment. I will now show you what we have actually done.
At Netmedi, we resolve the challenges of today's healthcare by connecting the dots between multidisciplinary knowledge and the most advanced technologies. How to create a modern and user-friendly platform to enhance the communication between patients, nurses, and doctors by giving patients a better image on the state of their health and real-time feedback to the medical professionals. As both the medical staff and patients actively participated in our product development process, our vision developed into Kaiku, an online follow-up tool designed to keep cancer patients up to date with their care progression. Inspired by compassion, usability is our top priority, and the solution is available online on any platform, including computers, tablets, and smartphones.
For patients, the system introduces a new and an effortless way to contact their medical professionals. For instance, if it's compared to phone calls, patients can now simultaneously stay in touch with their own nurses and doctors, so that everything is documented. The tool also enables feedback in real time when the medical staff is busy. We have realized that the threshold of giving feedback on the adverse effects of the treatment has decreased after the deployment of the tool.
In today's growing pressure on healthcare, care providers are obliged to search for new solutions. At Netmedi, we create solutions. We believe that scattered communication should not delay the care of the patient.
So that is a short case presentation from Dr. Tess, what our solution has enabled them to do to treat how to treat their patients. And now I will go to the actual results what we have achieved. So after Dr. Tess, our next client was Hirslanden from Switzerland that we signed last summer, and Hirslanden is also one of the leading cancer clinics located in Switzerland, having three cancer hospitals there, one in Aarau, one in Lausanne, and one in Zurich. And currently, our solution is used at the hospital in Aarau, and it has been very exciting to see how something that we have very carefully together with Dr. Tess developed will work so well in a totally other country, but having the same vision of offering the best possible care for their patients. We have also, all the time when we are currently, of course, still developing the solution, and it is important to us to get feedback all the time. And some of the key points that we have asked from the patients that have used our solution, we have really clearly seen that for patients it is important to be able to take part in the care and follow the own care progress. Then from the perspective of the clinic, it has been of course very important to make it very easy for the clinics, and also that this really tackles the problems of the scattered communication. And one thing we have noticed that the phone calls from the patients have really decreased. Over 70% of the patients have answered that their need for phone calls to the medical staff have decreased or even stopped totally. So that is the way where we want to bring this solution. It has to make it very easy for the medical staff to take care of big numbers of patients. And then, of course, talking about usability, it is very important when having this kind of new solution for a group of users that are older and not so familiar with new technologies, that it's easy to use, and that is something we very strongly focus in our development work, and that is something we have got also nice feedback from. Some comments from the patients. Maybe the most important one for us as developers and working with this is the one down here. Through Kaiku, a patient is treated instead of the illness. So this is a patient-driven solution, and it is important that the patient feels the patient is treated, and that is something our patients have told us that it really helps, really supports their psychological part is very important when thinking about for instance cancer, very severe illness. So this is kind of some of the results we have been so far able to achieve, and the benefits we have been able to deliver for our clients. But what about then our future, our next steps? If we think about cancer care in general, so according to statistics, every third of us will be diagnosed with cancer at some point of our life. That comes also from the fact that people are living longer. But the good news is that cancer is becoming more and more treatable. So that means there will be more and more people diagnosed with cancer, but it will be no more fatal disease. It will be more of a chronic disease that can be treated. At the same time, the treatment is getting to our more personalized medicine, and there are coming new targeted treatments. So in the future there will be no more one general type of cancer, but every cancer is a bit of different, and there are a bit of different ways to find the best targeted treatments, and that is the reason why it is very important to be following the effect of the treatment, and that is the thing we are developing. So developing how to get information of the effect of the treatment, patient-driven, and this leads to that we can use better personalized care and better targeted treatments. Next actual steps, we have already signed pilot deals with TAUS in Tampere and HUS in Helsinki to start piloting the solution with cancer patients. There we want to see, with university hospitals, we want to be able to develop the solution so that the patient volumes will be bigger, and also the challenges are bigger. So it is very interesting now to see how our solution will work at these university hospitals. But thinking about the longer term, so we have from the very beginning we have been developing a solution that can be used everywhere in the world when talking about cancer treatment, and we want to develop the best solution for the follow-up of cancer treatment in the world, and that is the goal for us. Currently we are working in Finland and Switzerland, but I think in next steps will be starting at other Nordic countries and Germany, so that those countries will be the next step for us at Netmedi. Of course, this is not possible without very experienced support. So that is why we have from the very beginning. It has not only been our young team of 5 talented software developers, but it is also very experienced advisors from the field of medtech, and also the boost of Reactor Polte is important for us as an investor for taking the next steps for Netmedi. But actually, what was our actual topic was to tell the story of Netmedi, and I think the story of Netmedi so far is something that why EIT ICT Labs is so important, and why it is needed is that linking talented students, linking startups, linking research and business creates opportunities. We are now at the beginning of one very interesting opportunity, and we believe we are very confident that we will keep on the same very exciting progress that we have achieved so far. Thank you very much for listening and having me here. If you have any questions, I'm also very happy to answer you, of course, but thanks.
Any questions for?
How do you see your competition?
We have noticed actually during like the last weeks that this is a very hot topic currently, to how to follow the effect of the treatment with mobile technology, what we are doing, and both the pharma industry and also other startups are very interested at this field, but we have currently been able to work very focused and work with some of the best clinics. So that is the reason why I think we are a step ahead of some other initiatives we have met.
Some big players, if they would invest in this, they might be able to spread faster globally and to much more hospitals at the same time. So that might be tough. So
yeah, that is, but also that creates then for us as a smaller startup, that creates a lot of interesting opportunities with when working with some of the bigs. Please.
So it is very clear to me that your solution provides comfort for the patients. I mean, you get the information and you get easily contact to the medical stuff, and that is very important for disease like cancer and patients like cancer patients, and I congratulate for that achievements. So that is what I see very clearly. But then could you provide some examples that how you could actually then, if you claim so actually improve the effectiveness of the treatment itself, because you could claim that the cancer treatment either works or not, and it doesn't change if you follow it or not.
Well, it comes from the fact that cancer treatment is getting towards targeted treatments, and it is important to get feedback for instance, from the adverse effects of the treatment, and to adjust the medications and the treatments according to the effect of the treatments, that is adverse effects, for instance. And that is something that we have now seen in all the places where we have been so far here at the university hospitals, with private hospitals. Everyone are trying to find ways how to follow the effect of the treatment.
Okay, and that is a kind of a thing that the current medical system cannot afford to do, because you cannot afford to follow the patients, but you are providing this efficient system that kind of improves the efficiency and allows such a follow.
Yeah, please.
So now you're focusing on cancer clinics. What about other illnesses? How scalable do you think this would be in that way, that you would actually broaden the range of illnesses? Yeah,
that is a great question. We are already now seeing a couple of very interesting other special areas where we are very probable to start working. So our solution, actually the content is the thing that is different when comparing other diseases, but actually the need for following the effect of the treatment is the same. So there are a lot of very interesting opportunities, but currently for a startup the resources are always limited, and it is important to develop your skills at one focus area at a time, or that is how we we want to work at the moment. So that is why we have very strongly, however, focused on cancer in all our work so far. Yeah.
What about making it social so that the patients can opt in to share their data with other patients and thus get the patient-to-patient support?
That is also a great idea that we have also thought a bit when we have talked with then the care providers. They are not very happy on that idea, but I think that is something that we will in the future add. For instance, maybe first of all the closed ones of the patients to be able to be part of the same communication and information flow, but also it would be very interesting to allow the patients to share experiences.
Because I mean, it's very obvious that it's not in the interest of Docrates that happens, because it just weakens their leverage and power. But in the other hand, it might be hugely in your advantage to increase your leverage and power.
Mm. Yeah, that is very interesting.
What about privacy? Has this been a challenge, and if yes, how did you deal with it?
Well, we use the same technologies as when we think about net banking.
Yeah.
So that is from the technological aspect. That is, we follow the same standards. Of course, that is like, well, patients haven't been actually from our experience. Patients haven't been so kind of. We haven't heard any concerns from patients, but of course the clinics and the hospitals have to be very careful. And one reason why we wanted to have Reactor as our investor was their great experience of developing solutions that have to be very secure for banking, for instance. So of course that is a concern, but I think it is all the time changing more and more. People are really seeing that these solutions are needed and these solutions are the future. So actually it has been no problem for us. Yeah, please.
How about your kind of competitive advantage? Is that based mostly on time to market, or is there some kind of components that you can protect somehow when the competition is arranged?
That is something that we are currently looking at with our legal guys. Currently, of course, when developing software, it is very hard to protect it with patents, and it might be that is not a good way to even try to do it, but to develop our kind of, maybe currently our biggest advantage is that we can create usable solutions that are really created together with the doctors and patients, and that is something that if we, for instance, the big pharma companies have been developing same kind of things and are developing same kind of things, but their solutions are poor because they're big organizations. They can't really be close with these with the real users, and that is something we can. So currently that is the biggest advantage we have. Please.
Are you working on the API at the same point, or are you working on the limited span of platforms and hospitals instead? Because just like, continuing also the same question from Christian about the social stuff and about the market advantage, in the span of like 5-7 years, do you see, platforms are changing? Where do you see your stuff going? Are you going to just continue developing for the upcoming platforms? Are you going to open it for the hospital as a tool to build their own applications?
Well, that is maybe something that we don't have yet clear answer on. So we have to we need kind of more time to see how it will happen, but yeah, I'm not sure yet. Yeah, please.
So this solution of, it makes perfect common sense that this kind of stuff should exist. I can imagine that there will be many other players entering this business, and for an industry to emerge, then common metrics are needed. So classic one in operators comparing themselves on ARPU. So before at some point they started measuring themselves on the ARPU, and in the sensor wearable space, number of steps, daily steps recorded is one type of metric that's emerging there. Have you thought about what kind of generic metric could you create and hypothetically even discussed with some of the other guys gunning for that same domain to then say, hey, well, why don't we try to measure on this type of stuff?
Yeah, that is very important to have kind of standard metrics for measuring the effect of the treatment, and currently there we have used currently existing metrics. For instance, for adverse effects, there are very clear gradings how to measure, created by National Cancer Institute, how to measure adverse effects, and so it is important to have structured data of the effect of the treatment, and currently we are using international standards for doing it. That is an interesting idea how we could maybe develop the metrics farther and kind of in that way creating maybe our how we can create our own addition to the metrics maybe and create additional value through it, but
because that's in the end, if you crack that, that's what you will be valued. That's what you valued at.
Yeah.
Google and Yahoo were competing at number of searches per day. The length of the searches were sort of critical. Sort of how many words were searched, and those are critical metrics that were kind of being competed with.
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations also from my behalf for a great story. One more generic question that you said in the beginning that you also agree with this publicly seen statement that software in the health sector is quite lousy in general. So what do you think is the main reason for that? It's just that those who make the software are not dedicated enough and are not looking at it from the kind of customer point of view.
Well, there are a lot of different systems that don't communicate with each other, and the systems are very old. And in the beginning, when the systems have been created, it is very clear that there has been great software developers, but not working at all with the medical staff and the patients who really use the systems. So there are systems created by software developers, but not like for instance medical staff would need and like to use them. So there is a lot of issues why the systems are so poor, but kind of in general when you talk with people working in healthcare, that is what you always hear.
So getting a first reference customer outside your home base is always really critical for a startup, and congratulations for getting the customership for you going with the Swiss clinic. Now, and also thanks for the nice words on the connection to EIT. From my point of view, one of the questions is, okay, so are you now looking for the expansion stage, looking for the clinics all around Europe, for example? Could EIT help you in finding, you know, the best customers in Paris or London or Berlin? And I mean, if so, I mean, would you be interested in such help?
Of course, and actually that is something that we have just with Antti and Ernio. We have just started. So that is actually what we are currently doing.
So
we have
it
been
looks like you
with
will
Antti. Antti, we have been talking about how to now go to Germany and that kind of thing. So exactly that would be a great help for us, and that is one of the great opportunities here to work here at the EIT ICT labs.
Well, that's good to hear, because I think, you know, that's really when the added value of this being in EIT is really kicking in. So it's nice that you've been here. We value that a lot. The co-location centers really get a lot from all of the excitement of the startups. But then for the startups, this network really becomes valuable at this stage where you are right now.
Yeah.
So if you are jumping into the business development program, so that's great to hear.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Okay.
Any other questions? Well, if not, then I thank Lauri for the great and interesting presentation, and as we just heard, the story is only beginning also here at EIT ICT Labs, and that's a good thing for us.
Yeah.
So thanks.
Thank you.